and goes in waves. It always does. It always does. We watch as our freedom falling. Feeling I thought was set in stone.
G'day guys, my name's Dave Tran and welcome to another Guitar Zero to Hero song tutorial. And in this lesson, I'll be teaching you how to play Waves by Dean Lewis. Now, if you want to master your chords back to front, then be sure to head over to guitarzerotohero.com to pick up my free guitar ebook. Or if you're stuck in a rut and you want to take your guitar to the next level, then check out Guitar Zero to Hero Premium, which is my complete step-by-step guitar course. Now, for the basics of this song, you'll just need your guitar in standard tuning and you won't need a capo. The guitar I'm playing here today is a Cold Clark Angel 2 in Blackwood with Elixir strings. If you want to find out more, there's a link in the description below. Now, in this video, I'm going to teach you two different ways of playing this song. The first way is the studio version, so it's just the fingerpicked version, and the second method is an easy strummed version if you just want to strum and sing along. So let's start with the studio fingerpicked version, and it's actually really simple. We just need to know 5 simple chord shapes. Now, all these chord shapes are based off full bar chords, but we're only going to play 2 of the notes out of the full bar chords, which makes it a little easier on your fingers so you don't have to strain the whole time. So the first chord shape's based around a B minor, and it's just your index and middle finger on the 7th frets of the 6th and 3rd strings. So that's B minor, and then we have G. So a G shape, you're just gonna keep those same fingers on those same strings. Just slide them down to the 3rd and 4th frets. Our third chord is an A, so just move that exact same shape up 2 frets to 5th and 6th frets, and that's our A shape. Then our 4th shape is a D, so we're just going to take this exact shape and slide it up to 10th and 11th frets. And then our 5th chord shape is based around an E minor, so it's these 2 fingers up at the 12th frets. You'll never need to lift these 2 fingers off those strings, so keep them where they are and then just slide them back and forth depending on what chord shape you need to be on. So let's get into the verse, and we'll start with the G chord shape here. As I mentioned before, for the finger picking, we're just using our thumb and index finger. We're going to start with the bass note, which is 6th string, and then the 3rd string. So let's call that one picking pattern when we hit our thumb and then the index finger. Now you're going to play that 8 times for this G chord. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Then we go up to the B minor and do the exact same thing. So 8 picking patterns back and forth between the 6th string and the 3rd string. Our third chord is the D shape, and we're doing the exact same picking pattern. And then our 4th chord shape is the A. So that's it for the verse. Really nice and easy, and in total it'll sound like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Next we get to our pre-chorus, and there's 3 lines of tab here. So we start with our G shape. Now we're only playing this for 4 picking patterns. So 1 and 2 and. And then we go up to the A for 4 picking patterns, then the B minor for 4 picking patterns, and then the D for 4 picking patterns. The second line of tab is almost identical, except at the end, instead of going straight to our D shape, we're going to our E minor first. We're playing that for 2 picking patterns. And then we'll go down to the D shape for 2 picking patterns. So those 2 chord shapes together. And then for our third line of tab, it's just the A shape for 8 picking patterns. So in total, the pre-chorus sounds like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Next we get to the first part of our chorus, which is really nice and easy. For the first line of tab, we're starting on B minor. We're holding that out for 2 beats, and then we're going to a G shape for 2 beats, then our D, and then our A for 2 beats. So we don't have picking patterns here, we're pinching those 2 strings together and holding them out. So the first line of tab sounds like this. 1, 2, and 3, 4, 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and... Now for our second line of tab, we're keeping the same chord shapes, but now we're implementing the picking pattern. And we're just doing 4 picking patterns for each chord. And for the third line of tab in this chorus, we are playing the first 3 chords and just stopping. There's a pause there. So we don't actually go down to our A and play the last 4 picking patterns. We just end on our D chord. Next we get to chorus part 2, and chorus part 2 has 3 lines of tab. We're starting on a G, playing that for 4 picking patterns, then going to our A, then B minor, then D for 4 picking patterns each, and that's the first line of tab, which gets repeated through twice. Then for our second line of chords, we have the E minor for 4 picking patterns, the D for 4 picking patterns, and then the A for 8 picking patterns. The third line of tab is similar to that, except the A gets played for 4 picking patterns and not 8. So in total, chorus part 2 sounds like this. Now, of course, in the studio recording, the finger picking pattern is a lot quicker, but I suggest you start practicing slow and then build your way up to the full speed. That's it for part 2 of the chorus, and then finally, we just need to learn the bridge. Now, the bridge is super simple. It's just 2 lines of tab. We start with our G chord shape for 4 picking patterns, then B minor for 4 picking patterns, our A shape for 4 picking patterns, and then D shape for 4 picking patterns. And the second line of tab is almost identical, except we stay on our A chord shape for 8 picking patterns. We don't go up to the D. So the bridge just sounds like this. So that's it for the finger-picked version. Now I'm going to teach you the easy strummed version. And again, we just need to know 5 chord shapes. So we have a G chord, we have a D, we have an A chord, and we have a B minor 7. So we're going to have our index and middle finger on the 2nd frets of the 5th and 3rd string, and your ring finger on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string. And you don't want to hit the 6th string. We're just strumming from the 5th string onwards. So that's B minor 7. And our final chord shape is an E minor. But for this particular E minor, you will want to take your pinky finger and put it on the 3rd fret of the 1st string. Like that. Now for the whole song, there's a simple strumming pattern that we can use. And it just goes down, down, up, up, down, up. Now let's start with the verse, and up here in the annotations, if you see 1 chord in a set of brackets, that just means that you need to play that chord for 1 strumming pattern. So for the verse, it's really simple. We just have a G, B minor, D, and A for 2 strumming patterns each, which sounds like this. Now I'm not going to go through each section in this easy strummed part because it's very self-explanatory. If you see a chord in a set of brackets, play it for a down, down, up, down, up. So if you want to practice that simple strum version, go to the playthrough at the end of this video, and it's very self-explanatory. So now I'll be playing through the studio version and the easy strummed version in its entirety, and I'll have a vocal track on top for some context. So feel free to play these back as many times as you'd like to practice, play along to, and see how you go.
Watch as our young hearts fade into the flood, into the flood. Freedom falling, a feeling I thought was set in stone slips through my fingers, trying hard to let go. It comes and goes in waves. us away. I watch now while you disappear in front of my eyes. Moments of magic, I wonder, seems so hard to find. Is it ever coming back again? Is it ever coming back again? Take me back to the feeling everything was left to find. It comes and goes in waves. It always does. It always does. Freedom falling. Feeling I thought was set in stone slips through my fingers. Trying hard to let go. It comes and goes in waves. It comes and goes in waves. Carry us away.
Thanks for watching, guys. Be sure to head over to guitarzerotohero.com to pick up my free guitar ebook. Or if you're stuck in a rut and you want to take your guitar to the next level, then check out Guitar Zero to Hero Premium, which is my complete step-by-step guitar course. It'd mean the world if you could hit that like button, hit subscribe, click the little notification bell as well so that you don't miss out on my updates. Please leave your thoughts, comments, questions, and requests down below, and I'll see you guys next time on Guitar Zero to Hero. Cheers.